I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, people? How you doing? I have an author on the show today, and it's a children's book, 8 to 12 years old. I am so excited to have her on the show. It is Patricia Sandoval, and she has a book called Ebena, Hidden Magic. I wanted to say that right, but I'm like, hey, could this be a movie?
I did to be different. I did to be different. I did to be different. I did. I did. I did to be different. To be different. I did to be different.
Welcome back to the show. Okay, so I'm just so excited to have everybody here today to listen in on this interview because children's books are special because you grew up with like all of your little books and everything, and you're just your first primary reading books with the words and the pictures and all that. But this is over 200 pages, and it's for 8 to 12-year-old, and it's like hidden magic. I mean, who doesn't love magic books? I know I did when I was a kid, and I love like all the movies that come out because of it today. So we're gonna have Patricia Sandoval on the show. Welcome to the show, girlfriend. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Awesome. So tell us about yourself.
Well, about myself is that I am a driven author. My day job is a counselor where, I work in the Department of Education and I pursue that career, but my passion is writing children's books.
I like that. We're gonna get into that in a minute. I think that the journey towards writing that first book or writing the book that you're currently promoting is the key to understanding why, when, where, and how. What was that for you?
It was a lot of writer's block, I can tell you that, but it was a journey. I like that song Post Malone, Sunflower. And I felt like I got my inspiration out of that song, Sunflower. And me being from a sunflower state, which is Kansas. I'm from Kansas originally. And I'm like, I'm from the sunflower state. So let's try something that can motivate me to have someone with a sunflower, be from Kansas, and not really the Wizard of Oz, but something different, a different background, different characters, fun journey.
Awesome. So you didn't click your heels together 3 times?
No, ma'am. I did not, even though I really wanted to.
Right. Oh, I wanted those shoes. Anyway, so
yes. The ruby slippers.
Oh my gosh, they look so cute. Everybody wanted the ruby slippers back in the day. So, but this is different. This is different. This is Ebena. Tell us about the book and why is it over 200 pages long?
Well, it's over 200 pages long is because I felt like expressing Ebena, I don't want to give too much about my book, but for her journey as a kid, she was whisked away from a magical, enchanted world where she was forced to live in Kansas. Her grandmother raised her with the charming, other gnome creatures and, from their enchanted land, where Ebena had no idea that she was a powerful, magical creature, like a little, I'm not going to give it away, but she didn't know she was a powerful princess. And so her grandmother always told her campfire stories like, I lived in a magical world where I had a wand and I had my palace and everybody looked up to me because I'm a royal queen. And, with that said, I was like, okay, this is going to be a good story, but I have to take my time to explain it, go through the journey for Ebena to find out who she really is, where she came from. How am I going to invite all my readers to love this character and be like, wow, she never knew that she was really magical or coming from an enchanted land or world where all the magical creatures look up to her.
Oh, that's so cool. Will this be a movie one day or could it be?
I wish it will be. I hope it will be. If it is, that's a blessing for me, because I can keep going on with more sequels. Um, but I that's my dream. I hope it does become, a movie, gets with, like DreamWorks, um, Netflix, someone.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I think I would like to see that movie. You know, writing children's books is a little bit of a challenge because there is that language that you have to use. You said you had a lot of writer's block, but tell me about how you got through that. And also, how did you format your book to actually appeal to the children?
Um, it was a lot of brainstorming, a lot of, you know, if I was this character and I was 12 or 13 years old, how would I want to talk to other people? How would I want other people to perceive me as a character? With that said, I felt like, I put myself in Abena's shoes if I was like 12 years old or 13 years old again. A lot of people, always ask me like, wow, you have a beautiful mind because this is a children's book. But then again, it's like, how are you able to come up with such a fun character in the background as well? She has she meets along Abena's journey, she meets someone that's named Mr. Jellybean. And he is a musician, which was transformed into like a pumpkin. He was underneath a spell by a wicked witch. I'm just
Mm,
going to say that. But he's so inviting to Ebena as himself that she's not afraid of him. She's not scared of him, even though he has a big, gigantic, pumpkin head. And it when she's on that journey, he makes her feel comfortable. She lets her guard down, like, okay, he has no idea what's going on. So I know he's going to guide me towards the right location of, you know, taking me back home where I need to go, or taking me somewhere where someone can help me get back home to Kansas where I belong.
right.
So, I mean, it's just, having fun writing, just
Yeah.
putting fun little characters in there and just coming up with scenarios for them.
Awesome. Awesome. How much of these characters are you?
I would say, honestly, Abina, Ebena. Ebena is more like me as far as in me putting inspiration of wanting to know more about where she's from, asking a lot of questions, her silliness, um, just pretty much asking a lot of questions, and where the characters are like, well, you don't know who you are. You're from here. And she's like, I don't know exactly how I got here, but I do know how I got here, but I just want to go back home to Kansas. And a lot of people are like, Kansas, where's that at? And so she's explaining to them that, um, she don't know anything about their world, um, until she mentions her grandmother's name. And then a lot of people is like, oh, wow, can't be so.
Wow. Well, we
Enchanted.
still have to read the book to find out more. You know,
Yes.
I've always loved how, authors, even though it is fantasy, put themselves in their writings. Did you expect to do that? Was that something that just kind of happened?
It was something that I would say it kind of happened, because if, like I said from the beginning, I had to put myself in Abina's shoes as a 12 or 13-year-old. Um, how I used to ask questions, kind of afraid to approach people, but then again, don't doubt yourself, have confidence, listen to what people are saying,
Yeah.
and, just be honest of who you are. But then again, don't self-doubt. That's pretty much how she is in this
Yeah.
book.
Wow. Well, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the fact that you put yourself in there. As a kid, you read a certain type of book. Would this be the book that you would have read if you were a child today?
Yes, actually I would, but getting past the Wicked Witch on the front cover is a challenge.
Ah, oh, you like me, you're a wuss. Yay! I know, because it's like, okay, yeah, I don't watch horror movies. You're not getting me to see that. It's not happening. I'm sorry. Bye. Go by yourself.
Yeah, and you know, getting past the front cover of the Wicked Witch, you'll be fine. And then you'll read the book and be like, oh, it's not really scary at all. It's actually fun, inviting. You know, it's just an adventurous story that's being
Wow.
told.
What kind of, outtake do you want the parents or the children to have when they finish reading the book?
I want them to have a positive outlook on someone that is magical and never knew she had like any type of like powers, any type of royalty. But she was invited. She was always invited by charming gnomes. Everybody welcomed her with open arms. Um, it's a positive book. I think it's a fun adventure story. Um, you know, it's an inspirational story where eventually she does you reunite with her family at the end. And with that said, she looked at her grandma and was like, I always knew that you were a queen.
Wow. Wow. But that sounds like really a cool story, and also maybe inspiring for children and people who read it, to be more inspired to be who they really are and to understand their roots. That is cool. I like that. I
Thank
like
you.
that. Do you have any advice for writers who may have writer's block? Because you said you went through a lot. What
Oh
do you
yeah.
do to get out of writer's block?
Oh my goodness. There was all I can say is when you have writer's block, which I had for a while because I didn't really know what to do with this Wicked Witch. I didn't know how I wanted her to sound, how I wanted her to approach Ebena and other characters within the story. So throughout my storyline, I just skipped over her and wrote about Ebena and her grandmother. And then the charming gnomes and everybody that she met along the way. And then I went back after I was finished with the story and added the Wicked Witch and how she would, you know, try to stop Ebena and what she was going to do, how she was going to plot to, you know, get this little cat necklace pendant back. I'm just going to say it like that.
Oh my gosh.
But if you
Wow.
have writer's block, I would say give it some time, brainstorm, think, come up with different scenarios. I mean, I had fun doing it. It wasn't difficult. It's something I enjoy doing. But pretty much I just brainstormed, wrote stuff down. I could be driving in my car and certain words would come to me. And it's just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to write that down. That's perfect for this character.
I hear you. Wow. Wow, that is so cool. I want to thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having
Oh,
me.
anytime, anytime. So where can people find you and where can they find the book?
I am actually on Amazon. You can look up my webpage at patricia.e.sandoval at amazon.com, where you'll be able to find Abena's Hidden Magic and more of my little cute fun books. I'm with Barnes and Nobles. I'm with what is it? A lot of companies. So many companies I'm with, but I'm
I
really
got you.
on Barnes and Noble, Amazon, uh, Books a Million, Barnes. I
That is
don't
so
know.
cool. That is
It's
so cool,
everywhere.
though. It's
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 everywhere.
everywhere. You guys can get it anywhere. I want to thank you so much, Patricia, for being on the show. And
Thank
I want to
you.
thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget that we're going to have all of that information in the description box below so that it'll be easy for you guys to go ahead and get that for yourselves and check it out for yourselves with your kids. I mean, I'm a big kid. I still read books like that. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to dare to be different. And until next time, guys, bye. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified the next time that I upload. And don't forget to dare to be different. Until next time, guys.
I dare to be different. I dare to be different.